Hey everybody, I just wanted to take a moment since we just finished Module 4 and the midterm to just talk a little bit about um, those many assignments leading up to the end. So with regards to the FRQs, because those are the parts of the curriculum that you need the most feedback from me on. Again, you need to know what some of the identifying words are when there's an FRQ. So for example, if they say the word identify blank, identify three tactics that are used by interest groups, or identify two types of media, or whatever. The word identify means that you can just use a word or a phrase and you don't need to explain anything about it. So if you write a whole bunch of explanation, you're just going to get credit if you identify the word. Okay, if it's characteristics of an interest group or characteristics or tactics of an interest group, it might be lobbying, campaign contributions, writing amicus briefs, etc. Okay, but if they use the word explain, it means you need to put a lot more information in, and they're looking for some specific type of connection, explanation, something like that. So when it says explain, a lot of students are getting marked off if there's not enough written or it's not making enough of a connection. So it's always better to write more than less when there's an explanation. I mean, this isn't AP US history. You don't have to write a whole essay. All you have to do is write bullet points. So if it says explain, then take some time and write some extra bits. So that's that. With regards to the midterm FRQ is what I'm sort of grading right now, and what I'm seeing most is trying to see. I'm not really seeing so many problems yet, but those were problems from the other FRQ. As regarding the grades on the midterm assessments and the Module 4 assessments, it's hard for me to tell, how much you guys are reading in addition to doing the activities. But I am starting to see some people who, get hundreds on all the activities, but then don't do necessarily that well on the assessments, and it's really bringing down your grade. And I think that the practice assessments, all the information are in these articles that you link to, and it's very easy to take your time and make sure that you get hundreds, which is great. But when you get to the assessment, we're really assessing all the information from the unit, which means you need to be reading alongside the course. Nothing will supplant sitting down and reading and taking notes on the chapters that we're covering. There's always a link to the readings that go hand in hand with the modules. And then, coming to the review sessions and making sure that I know that some of you don't come and some of you listen, and that's great, but making sure that you listen, making sure that you're writing down those vocabulary concepts and using them as flashcards. I mean, flashcards in AP Gov is going to be a big thing. Memorizing all the cases, memorizing, the different terms and concepts. So just wanted to do a quick check-in. Again, you can see that in this Module 5, the due dates aren't until January because we've got this big break coming up. So you guys, the stress is off for a little bit. I hope you enjoy your Christmas. I hope you enjoy your family and your break. And again, if you start getting into schools, please let me know. I wish you guys the best of luck. I hope you all get to go to the institutions that you want to go to. And have a great holidays. Okay.